Hello and thanks for joining us. I'm Ngọc Duy and here's what's happening across the world today.
118 Chinese troops arrive in Vietnam, preparing for Reunification Day Grand Parade. State President attends Vietnam, Laos Friendship Exchange Program. State President meets with former leaders of Laos. Hoi heats up for tourism surge during national reunification, May Day break. Helene Luc, Vietnam, my second homeland.
A Chinese military transport aircraft landed in Tan Son Nhat International Airport in Ho Chi Minh City on April 25, carrying more than 100 personnel from the People's Liberation Army ahead of a multinational parade rehearsal celebrating the 50th anniversary of the liberation of the South and National Reunification. The Chinese troops will travel to the neighboring province of Binh Duong for training exercises before joining joint parade rehearsals with the armed forces of Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia for the Grand Parade taking place in downtown Ho Chi Minh City.
State President Kuang and a high-ranking Vietnamese delegation attended a Vietnam-Laos Friendship Exchange Program in Vientiane on April 25th. Also attending the event were General Secretary of the Lao People's Democratic Republic Central Committee and President of Laos, Thongloun Sisoulith, and many high-ranking leaders of the Lao Party, state and government, as well as hundreds of Vietnamese students and more than 1,000 veterans and representatives of generations of Lao students who had studied in Vietnam. In an atmosphere imbued with brotherhood and warm comradeship of the exchange program, President of the Lao Veterans Association, Senior Lieutenant General Sang Nuan Zayalath, shared touching stories about the time he participated in the combat alliance between the Lao People's Army and the Vietnam People's Army. Meanwhile, a representative of the Lao youth expressed his pride in the heroic history of struggle of the two nations, in their great friendship, special solidarity, and comprehensive cooperation. Speaking at the exchange program, President Kuang expressed his joy to meet comrades and brothers who shared dangers and hardships. He emphasized that every victory in the past struggle for national liberation, as well as in the current cause of building and defending the fatherland of Vietnam, has seen the valuable support, wholehearted, righteous, and effective assistance of the Lao side. The President affirmed that Vietnam always dedicates all the best and sincerest sentiments and all possible resources to promote people-to-people exchanges, educational cooperation, especially for Lao students. With his confidence in the increasingly bright future of Vietnam-Laos relations, President Kuang once again affirmed that Vietnam will continue to be a reliable companion, strongly and comprehensively supporting Laos's efforts to innovate, protect, and build the country.
The relationship between Vietnam and Laos is an invaluable asset and crucial to the revolutionary cause of both countries, State President Luong Quang affirmed while meeting former high-ranking leaders of Laos in Vientiane on April 25th. At his meetings with Bunhang Vorachith and Chumali Sayason, former party general secretaries and presidents of Laos, President Kuang conveyed to them the traditional New Year Bon Pime greetings from leaders of Vietnam's party, government, and National Assembly. He emphasized that Vietnam always appreciates the valuable contributions of the former Lao leaders to the special Vietnam-Laos relationship. The former Lao leaders congratulated Vietnam on its great achievements in recent times. They showed their belief that the special solidarity between the two parties, states, and peoples will continue to be strengthened and bear fruit in the coming time.
The central city of Hue, which was once Vietnam's imperial capital, is set to become a magnet for holidaymakers during the upcoming National Reunification May Day holidays from April 30th to May 4th, with municipal authorities forecasting around 150,000 visitor arrivals. The city is positioning itself as a top destination for the long break by offering a rich tapestry of cultural, culinary, and leisure experiences. These festivities are part of the larger Visit Vietnam Year 2025 program, themed Huy, Ancient Capital, New Opportunity. Local tourism authorities have proactively bolstered service quality, safety, and visitor experiences. Accommodation providers, particularly upscale resorts and 3-star and above hotels, have ramped up preparations since the start of the year. Many have already reported booking rates exceeding 85%, with near full occupancy expected on peak days, April 30th and May 1st. According to the Municipal Department of Tourism, the city will maintain momentum after the holidays with a lineup of vibrant events as part of the year-round festival.
In her small apartment filled with memories on Avenue Villeneuve-Saint-Georges in the city of Choisy-le-Roi, Helene Luc, now well into her 90s, flips through keepsakes, books, and documents about Vietnam. Through these pages, she takes us back to the memories that have bound her to the distant S-shaped country for over 7 decades. Her connection to Vietnam began when she was a young girl in Saint-Étienne. As the daughter of an Italian miner, she witnessed the horrors of World War II firsthand through bombing raids in her hometown, experiences that shaped her empathy and conviction.
At the time when Vietnam was fighting for independence, I felt the need to do something. We decorated our bicycles to raise awareness and decided to send a boat to Vietnam. We collected milk, wool, and filled the boat with supplies. That was our very first act of solidarity with Vietnam.
One of her most cherished and profound memories is hosting the delegation from the Democratic Republic of Vietnam during the Paris Peace Accords negotiation. The city of Choisy-le-Roi and the French Communist Party arranged accommodations for the delegation at the Maurice Thorez building, located at 8 General Leclerc Avenue. What was meant to be a short stay lasted 5 years as negotiations dragged on. According to Helene Luc, Vietnam received widespread international support. She still vividly remembers the banners proclaiming, "Peace for Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh's Vietnam will win." Not only in protests across France, but also in Germany and even the United States. To this day, she remains engaged in all efforts to support Vietnam, through fundraising, cooperation, and friendship initiatives. She has watched with pride Vietnam's extraordinary transformation over the past 50 years.
When Vietnam was reunified, some journalists predicted it would take at least 100 years for the country to gain global standing. But in just 50 years, we've seen how influential Vietnam has become. That's a tremendous victory, not just in diplomacy, but also in peaceful development.
Despite her advanced age, Helene Luc continues to be deeply involved in strengthening the bond between France and Vietnam. She is a living witness to the history of their relationship and a cherished bridge of friendship between the two nations. To those who have worked closely with her, Helene Luc is a symbol of dedication.
Madame Helene Luc is an indispensable part of the France-Vietnam Friendship Association. She's present at every event and is a true symbol of our friendship. Even during the 50th anniversary of the Paris Peace Accords, she actively participated, in both France and Vietnam. She's an extraordinary woman. Helene Luc has always demonstrated unwavering determination and belief in the friendship between Vietnam and France, through Vietnam's struggle for independence and reunification, and now through its journey of nation-building and defense. She is a woman of boundless dedication to Vietnam. Every time we're with her, we feel inspired and motivated to join her in promoting even deeper cooperation and solidarity between our two countries.
Helene Luc's outstanding contributions have been honored by the Vietnamese government with prestigious awards, including the Friendship Order and the Independence Order. Several Vietnamese provinces and cities have named her an honorary citizen.
I will always stand by Vietnam and continue the fight for its cause. It is my second homeland, alongside Italy, my country of birth. I wish Vietnam all the best, always.